There's something you've wanted for a while now, you can picture it. And the moment you finally buy it, there it is. A little rush, a spark of joy, a sense that things are better now. But give it a few weeks, the spark fades. The thing that was going to make you happy quietly becomes just another object in your life. And somewhere in the back of your mind, a new want is already forming. You tell yourself you're a little greedy, a little restless, but you're not. You're running on two machines psychologists have studied for decades. And once you see them, you can't unsee them. The first machine is called hedonic adaptation, and the simplest name for it is the hedonic treadmill. The idea, first laid out by researchers Philip Brickman and Donald Campbell back in 1971, is that we adapt to almost everything, good and bad. And the most stunning evidence is hard to forget. In a 1978 study, Brickman and his colleagues compared two extreme groups: people who had recently won the lottery and people who had recently been paralyzed in accidents. You'd expect a permanent gulf between them. But after enough time had passed, their everyday happiness had drifted shockingly close together. The winners weren't floating on a cloud. The accident victims weren't in constant despair. Both had adapted. Both had drifted back toward where they started. That's the treadmill. You buy the good thing, you get a real lift. And then that lift becomes your new normal, the floor instead of the ceiling. To feel the same jolt again, you now need something bigger, newer, more expensive. The raise that thrilled you becomes just your salary. The dream phone becomes the phone. The new car becomes the thing in the driveway. You run faster, and the belt speeds up to match you, and you end up exactly where you began, wanting the next thing. The second machine is quieter and sneakier. It's called the Diderot effect, named after an 18th century French philosopher. In 1769, Denis Diderot was given a gift, a gorgeous scarlet dressing gown. And suddenly, next to this elegant robe, his old desk looked shabby, so he replaced it. Then the rug looked wrong. Then the chairs, then the art on the walls. One beautiful object made everything around it feel poor by comparison, and he spiraled into a chain of spending, sliding into debt, until he found himself missing the old, ragged robe that had left him free. That's the trap. A new thing doesn't just fail to satisfy you, it silently raises the bar for everything you already own. So step back, and the whole promise collapses. The deal we're constantly offered, buy this and you'll be happy, is broken at the level of design. Not because the products are bad, but because your brain is built to adapt to them. Spending to feel lasting happiness is like pouring water into a bucket with a hole in the bottom. And here's the part worth noticing. Advertising has always known this. It isn't really selling you a product. It's selling you the gap that opens up after you've adapted to the last one. To be fair, this same machine is also a mercy. We adapt to the bad things too, which is how people survive grief and hardship. But aimed at a shopping cart, adaptation is exactly why the cart is never full enough. So what do you do about it? First, spend on experiences more than objects. A trip, a concert, a meal with people you love. These resist adaptation because they don't sit in a corner getting old. They turn into memories and stories that you actually keep. Second, interrupt the treadmill on purpose. Don't have your favorite thing every day. Have it rarely, so it can feel special again. Third, practice gratitude. It's the reverse treadmill, deliberately re-noticing the things you've already stopped seeing. Fourth, before you buy, ask one question. Is this filling a real need, or is it just the next link in a Diderot chain? And finally, put time between the impulse and the purchase. Let the dopamine settle, then decide whether you still want it at all, because that voice promising the next thing will finally do it. It is never going to be satisfied, Being unsatisfied is its entire job. The real upgrade was never another object. It's seeing the game clearly and choosing every so often to step off the belt. So the question isn't, what should I buy next? It's the harder one. If the joy of every new thing is going to fade anyway, what am I actually chasing? Tell me below. What's something you bought? Sure, it would make you happy. That just didn't?